They tell you exactly what the tolerance is. If you're building a team, they tell you the data on retention, not just how to be a nice boss. I mean, they deal in the math of leadership. That's what they focus on. That's what that advisor is there for you. And if you think about that stealth factor, a great advisor doesn't need the spotlight. They don't need to be seen. They don't need to be known. You know, they work in the background. They are the shadow influence that makes the leader look like a genius.
Sneakers on the pavement, life in motion, cars in the driveway, dreams stay rolling, sneaker car, leadership, how you move tells the world what you represent, leading self first, that's the foundation, influence over titles, real conversations, friendships, marriage, parenting with purpose, working life balance, community service, footwear and ride. Yeah, we taught that too, but it's really about the choices and what you do. Mentors, growth, overcoming pressure, leading by example, that's the measure. From the streets to the boardroom, we all lead. Sneakers, cars, and leadership. SCL.
In leadership, there's a difference between a gut feeling and a guaranteed result. And when the stakes are high, you don't need a cheerleader. You need a specialist. Someone who sees the data you're missing, someone who brings precision when the room is full of guesswork. And so today, we're talking about that SME, that subject matter expert, the advisor. We're talking about the triple black Foamposites, a technical marvel, and we're hitting the corners in that BMW M4 competition. So welcome to Sneakers, Cars, and Leadership. So let's get right into it. Now, as we think about just establishing what the specialist is, we want to dive into the footwork, the equipment, the kicks. Now, you see these? The Foamposites changed the game in 97. It's a single liquid mold. You see that? And it doesn't use traditional stitching. It's an engineered shell. And then the triple black is stealthy, it's durable, it's unyielding. And the SME, the advisor, is like that Foamposite shell. They provide an objective, triple black clarity. They aren't family, so don't have this emotional bias. They don't have that. They are there to provide a structure that doesn't bend under pressure when the market gets hot. The Foamposite mold is to the foot. So when your business gets hot, the advisor molds to the strategy and to the reality. Now, let's talk about the ride. Man, a BMW M4 competition. I mean, we're talking about the G82, the big grille, the carbon fiber bucket seats, and that S58 twin turbo engine. It is a surgical instrument disguised as a car. And when you don't take an M4 seriously, man, you don't take it to a general mechanic who thinks they can fix it. You take it to a specialist who knows the software, the torque, and the cooling systems. Leadership is the same. You might be the driver, but the advisor is the engine who ensures the car can actually handle those corners it's trying to take. So let's dive into what the goals of an SME, of an advisor is. So, objective clarity. A mentor cares about you. An advisor cares about the result. We need both, but if you're trying to navigate a market shift or a complex financial merger, you don't need a hug. You need that triple black clarity. You need the facts. Now, if you think about having an outside perspective, the BMW M4 uses technology developed on the racetrack to improve your daily drive. An advisor brings that cross-industry intelligence. They see how a tech firm solved a problem and can apply that logic to your own nonprofit or your real estate firm. So we have to think about just those key things, what an advisor can do, what an SME can do, and what they can bring to you, to your toolkit when you think about that leadership ecosystem. Advisors, they provide the specs. They tell you exactly what the tolerance is. If you're building a team, they tell you the data on retention, not just how to be a nice boss. I mean, they deal in the math of leadership. That's what they focus on. That's what that advisor is there for you. And if you think about that stealth factor, a great advisor doesn't need the spotlight. They don't need to be seen. They don't need to be known. They work in the background. They are the shadow influence that makes the leader look like a genius. They provide the stealth advantage that your competitors, they don't see coming. So, when you think about that BMW M4 comp, why do they call it the competition model? Because they got plenty of them. Because they're built for higher standard. And an advisor holds your business to a market best standard, not just a personal best standard. So I get asked all the time, Dre, when do you stop trying to figure it out for yourself? When do I stop having to figure it out myself? When do I hire an expert? If you think about the M4 logic, the check engine light comes on and it's a loose gas cap, fix it yourself. But if the transmission is slipping at 100 miles per hour, you need to pull over and call a specialist. If your problem is technical, finance, legal, scale, infrastructure, stop guessing. Guessing is it's not good. In a high-performance environment, it leads to total chaos. It leads to high loss. Now, as we think about some takeaways, identify the emotional bias. Where are you too close to the problem? If you are too family with your team, you can't see the performance gaps. Bring in that outside advisor to give you the truth. Seek a specialized mode. Like those Foamposites, where a new technology, when they drop, seek advisors who are ahead of the curve in AI market shifts or the cultural trends. Don't buy a 1990 advice for a 2026 problem. Pay for the specs. That M4 isn't cheap, and neither is expert advice. Stop looking for that budget option when it comes to your legacy. Precision beats guesswork every time. ChatGPT, that's good for you, but it's not an advisor. Claude is not an advisor. You need that person, that body who's been there. So, the triple black Foamposites is a technical marvel. The BMW M4 comp is an engineering masterpiece. But neither of them exists because someone felt their way through the process. They exist because experts obsess over the details. An advisor is the specialist you call when it's time to stop playing around and start performing. So, here's your charge. Look at your current business challenge. Is it a people problem or is it a technical problem? If it's a people problem, look for a mentor. But if it's a technical problem, if the engine of your business or your career is stalling, find an expert and get the right specs for that job, for that project, for whatever you're working on. Precision beats guesswork every single time. So, your advisor is so key to your day-to-day. It's so key to what you do in business. It's so key to what you do at home. I know I've talked a lot about just advising from a business standpoint, but as a father, as a mother, as a husband, as a wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever title that you have, advisor works in those spaces as well. There's people who've been married longer than you. There's people who've been in relationships longer than you. There's people that's been divorced. There's people who've broken up. And they've seen certain things. And they can give you some advice that's really targeted and kind of help you make decisions and help you navigate through things. So, seek that advisor for that moment. Now, keep in mind, though, all advisors aren't equipped to be confidants or mentors, just like all confidants aren't meant to be mentors or advisors, and all mentors aren't built to be confidants and advisors. So, you got to make those decisions and those choices on your own and have those conversations and have those expectations, set those expectations, ask those questions. Because that advisor is just like, hey, just call me for certain problems that are key. Like, my kids are struggling in school. There might be a advisor you can call and they give you quick advice. That's all they want. They don't want all the weeds. They don't need all the deep information, the background, all that fluff. They just need to know what is the problem that you need my help with. I will give you that advice and talk to you later, because they're the SME, they're the expert, they're the advisor. So you don't spend 24 hours. You don't live in a body shop when you're getting your car worked on and getting your car fixed. It's for that one particular moment and for that one particular repair or maintenance or whatever you're getting. It's for that particular thing. You get in there, you get out, and you leave. That's how you look at your advisor. You get in, you get out, and you leave, and you can come back. So I'm Dre Hub. Keep your kick stealthy, like the triple black foams. Your ride precision tune, like that BMW M4 comp. And your leadership objective. We're out. Talk to you later.
Sneakers called leadership. Yeah.